welcome to this week's edition of our Splendour show. My name is Glory Okon. We're starting this week with the biggest street party in Africa. I'm talking about the Carnival Calabar, the celebration of culture and beauty that brought followers from different parts of the world to the ancient city of Calabar. Sit back and enjoy. Splendour will be back in a moment. Once again, Carnival fun lovers from far and near gathered at Millennium Park in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, for the socio-cultural celebration. While waiting to hit the streets of Calabar for the show, this is what some of them have to say.
I represent the Carnival Commission flag party, and we represent the different sponsors of the Carnival. Well, I am very excited. I hope to have very much fun today.
This is Carnival Commission, the flag girls, and then I'm wearing a Brazilian attire.
This was the beginning of the business of the day.
As we've started today, it's the beginning of a new dawn, the beginning of the growth of Africa, the unity of Africa.
After the governor declared the biggest street party in Africa open, the move began.
2016 Carnival Calabar. And we have all the countries also participating with us today.
The governor, Senator Ben Ayade, and members of his group led all the bands for the competitive road show.
Let's move it on now. Thank you. Let's go. Yes, sir. Believe it or not, this is real. It's so good with all of you wonderful gathering here today. It's really 2016. Energetic men, all representatives from the governor's band. Very energetic. Pressmen, look at that go down now.
We believe that if we get it right, this sector is truly going to be a platform for cultural diplomacy, to create employment for our boys and girls, fight hunger, fight disease, and bring about growth that will be sustained only through our attitude.
Various band groups with their colorful costumes rolled out their fascinating floats for the long hours entertainment.
Oh my word, a queen of restoration brings nothing but smile, nothing but peace. With her awesome...
Few miles away was the first adjudication point.
Look at my governor. Real shit. We also have with us Barrister Chris Agama. All girls of the Bayside Band, the band of the year 2016, looking so ravishing, so beautiful, and so colorful. And this is being led by the First Lady, Her Excellency Mrs. Linda Ayade. Yes, sir! That's all they done. Let's shake it up now. Oh, yeah. Happiness from the central theme of climate change. Blaze as its theme, hope for nature, hope for restoration.
After displaying of beauty, skills and culture at various adjudication points within the carnival route by the carnival bands, the fun lovers said,
in fact, Calabar is literally on fire. Everybody is excited. Everybody, you can see the mood of the time. You can see that everybody is feeling the moments and feeling the times. So we are very happy.
It's a great event. In spite of the recession, that we have this number of people on the streets of Calabar, at least tells you that the carnival has had its own life. It can go on whether there's a depression in the economy or not. People want fun.
The best place in the whole West Africa to invest is Cross River State, and we thank our amiable digital governor for putting style into the Carnival 2016.
The show terminated at UJ Stadium at the early hours of the next morning. One of the competing bands, known as Seagull, emerged the overall winner of the carnival, while others also won in various categories. That's not all. Bikers Carnival was another mind-blowing moment for the spectators. This unique show, which was introduced last year by the state governor, features men and women dressed in their special sporting wears on bikes of different colors and sizes. The amazing displaying of their skills along the carnival route held the entertainment lovers spellbound.
In Nigeria or in West Africa.
Is it fun?
Yeah, fun, but it's really hard. It took me 2 months to get here. 2 months from Europe. Every day riding 300-400 kilometers a day. Nigerians are very tough and direct people, so you always know what they're about. Sometimes they look tough on the surface, but they are nice inside. I like that.
Happily, it happened in developed nations. But right from the coming into being of our digital governor, he had traversed the entire horizon like a colossus. And so we are very happy that today he decided to bring what we see today as bikers, to join in the celebration. So we are very happy with this. It makes us to think we are there. We are there and we are there, and we hope that we are there. Because it takes us out of our very wooden, very psychopathic environment, very little environment to join the globe, to celebrate what is the in thing all over the world.
And it was mad fun. Actually, this is the first time I've been on a bike. Yeah, the first time. And it's not scary, it's very fun. It's very, very fun.
Carnival itself is theatre on the move, processional theatre, and the theme is usually the guiding principle that directs the bands on what to play in a given year. The governor thought it was wise to allow the bands do justice to that topic again by going through it again and again. And this is demonstrated through the floats, interpretation of the floats, music, dance, the costumes. And you can see that from the 3 dry runs we had, the bands are ready to go to town to do justice to this theme, to bring it right to the doorsteps of everyone that we must maintain our environment for the unborn generation.
A day was also set aside for countries who came to participate in the show. Each of the participating countries were given equal opportunity at UJ Stadium to display their skills and beauty. Cultural Carnival was also part of the celebration. Cultural troops from states within Nigeria and 18 local government areas across the states also took turns to display their skills along the carnival route.
thing to us. It is a great thing that this carnival is a very special one, because not only my local government area, the 18 local government of Cross River, we've gone back to our archives, so exhumed those cultural traits which we are known for. And that is what we are celebrating.
The Carnival Calabar has now become one of the most favorite tourism shows in West Africa, created to make Cross River State the hub for tourism and hospitality in Nigeria and Africa. Welcome back. If you're just joining me now, you are watching Splendour with Glory Okon. We are bringing to you next the exclusive interview we had with Pastor Chinedu, the associate pastor in House on the Rock Church in Abuja. He spoke to us about his experience. He is married, blessed with 3 amazing children. He is also a medical doctor, a preacher, and a talented songwriter and singer. Listen to him and Splendour will be back.
My name is Chinedu Church Nwosu. I am a medical doctor, trained medical doctor, but now a practicing pastor, preaching God's word and declaring God's counsel to the entire world. I'm married to a beautiful wife called Chinedu. I have 2 sons and 1 daughter, and I'm an associate pastor here in House on the Rock, the Refuge, Abuja. I gave my life to Christ very early. I gave my life to Christ in 1992. So I've been a Christian for about 92, this is 2016, for 24 years now. I've been a Christian. But I answered the call into ministry when I was in the university. In university, I was a campus pastor, which was about in the 1999 to 2000. I was a campus pastor. I remember then I ran away from doing that until I was practically forced to do it. And then I thought that after campus, when I left the university, I would just abandon it and go back to my ways. But once again, after I left school, there was still that push, that call, that drive in that direction. So I joined House on the Rock as a minister, one-on-one. And I was called into ministry, or I was ordained into ministry as a pastor. But I was ordained as a pastor in House on the Rock in 2007. So you can say that's when effectively I began proper pastoring, 2007. So I've been a pastor and preaching and teaching as a pastor for the past 7-10 years now. My message is twofold. I believe that the gospel that God has committed to me to preach, just as He committed the gospel to Paul, Apostle Paul, I believe that the gospel God has committed to me to preach is threefold. The first one is to preach hope to people, that as far as there is life, God has plans for them. So they should emphasize on what God has planned for them and build their life and to know there is hope. The second one is to preach faith. I've been called to preach faith. The Bible says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. God's grace releases to us. It is by faith that we can access and receive what God has done. So the second part is grace, faith. The third part is God's grace, because it is from God's grace we learn about God's love, the person of God to us. So my message is threefold: hope, faith, and grace. God knows who He sent and those who went. But for me, I know that it is not something I was quick to do. I wasn't quick to answer the call, as a matter of fact. The truth is, I've been running away from it for the most of my life because I felt that it was a big responsibility to take. I'm not doing it because I don't have any other thing to do. Like I said, I'm a medical doctor. So I have things to do with my time, but just that I believe that God called me. In a sense, God has ensured that all the things in my life fall in place so that I can fulfill and do this call. So I guess there are many people who just went and were not sent by God, but I'm very sure in my spirit I was sent by God to do what I do today. So let every man judge himself and know if they were sent or they went. I believe I'm a sent one, not a went one. First of all, be yourself. Don't let anybody intimidate you. You have giftings in you. You have things that God has deposited in you. So let your giftings find expression. Be unique. Be yourself. Be unique. Let your gifting find expression. 2, serve God with all your might, all your strength, all your giftings now that you are young, so that when you grow, you will not depart from them. I watch soccer and I play tennis. I do some sports. I play tennis. I'm a Chelsea fan. I think Chelsea had a match yesterday. So I just watch soccer and relax. And I also love to spend time with my family. We go out. We think we're a tight bunch as a family. So these are basically two. And then I sing. Oh yes, I sing. A major part of my ministry is music. So I love to listen to music. I also sing, but that's not what I've been called to do. What I've been called to do is preach. I'm still changing. I'm not the man I want to be. You see, I'm changing. I'm not the man I used to be. With every step that I take and every move that I make is bringing me closer. It's bringing me closer to the man I want to be. Oh, it's bringing me closer. It's bringing me closer to the man I want to be.
That was Pastor Chinedu, who was the Associate Pastor in Housing Rock, Abuja. Next now is the Nigerian Tourism Investors Forum, an exhibition put together by Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria that took place in Abuja. The occasion was to bring tourism practitioners and stakeholders together to deliberate on issues that affect the industry and also to seek the way forward. Sit back and enjoy it. Splendour will be back in a moment. The gathering here at Ladi Kwali Conference Hall, Sheraton Hotel, Abuja, was the Nigeria Tourism Investors Forum, an exhibition organized by the Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria. This is usually once in every year. The president of Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria set the tone of the day.
It has been acknowledged that more efficient government policies in stimulating economic activities of the public will be the only way out, and we, the private sector of FTAN, that is the tourism investors, have come together rather than wait for government to do everything for us, but to put ourselves in the driving wheel. We are the drivers of the economy, and we look forward to public-friendly policies from government to stimulate businesses. It is only with expansion of our business activities, growth of our businesses, that government will get revenue.
On his part, the Minister of Information and Culture commended the associations for the initiative.
This gathering is a mark of the premium you place on tourism as a sector that has a key role to play in the ongoing efforts to diversify our economy and create more jobs.
Despite Nigerian economic recession facing us, there is hope for tourism to create jobs, reduce poverty, and make life meaningful to the rural dwellers. We, the traditional rulers, will join hands making the change agenda work for the tourism industry. Despite the economic recession, culture and tourism will help Nigeria to to come out of it.
The minister did not leave without visiting some of the exhibition stands on display.
One that we're trying to be working with leadership also, and I think
today in the world, tourism is contributing about 10% to the global GDP. And the past 3 years, it's been hovering between 9.7, 9.8, and 9.9. So on the average, the tourism contribution to the global GDP is 10%. In addition to that, job creation is key. One of the best ways to help an economy is to create jobs. Poverty alleviation if you create jobs. 1 in every 11 jobs in the world today is tourism and hospitality related.
Director General, National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism shared our experience.
Currently seriously involved with the standard we're doing is re-engineering ourselves to deliver excellence in the core areas of our mandate. These include training, research, regulating of personnel that work within the industry, operating as a sector skills council, and by the grace of God, I became elected the chairperson of the National Bureau Committee on Tourism and Related Services. By that singular act, I dragged Naoto in, and we're currently seriously involved with the standardization document for tourism and related services in Nigeria.
Other issues that topped the discussion during the 2-day Tourism Investors Forum included role of a private sector in economic recovery and development, developing Federal Capital Territory as West Africa Conference capital, and economic recession, opportunity for developing and growing tourism in Nigeria.
It was centered on recession. Basically how we can revive our economy through tourism. You understand, you can hear a lot of things that was mentioned. We just have to look inwardly to be able to develop our tourism destinations in Nigeria, to encourage people to be engaged in local tourism. And successfully, I think other stakeholders, they key into that, and they will go back with that idea.
I've learned a lot because we've been able to, especially the interactive session, we have been able to share ideas about the problems and then the ways forward and how people can use the recession period to help in growing their businesses and how people can access other investment opportunities in tourism. Particularly if you look at the way the currency is going, particularly because of the fall in the naira value. Domestic tourism is one of the areas we can use to fast-track our economy and then help in the development of the nation.
The Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria is the umbrella body of all the tourism associations in Nigeria, founded in 1997 by the Federal Ministry of Tourism, Culture and National Orientation, which is now called Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. That's how far we can go for this week's edition of our show. Join us again next week for more exciting time. I'm Glory Okon. Bye for now.